This is a video of detective games I think that all fans should give a try at least once. It's starting off with Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishment, and this is my favourite Sherlock Holmes game that I've played. I've played about 7 of them, all from Frogwares, and this one for me is the best one. It's easy to play, interesting cases. Some of the cases are based on the novels by Arthur Conan Doyle, and yeah, it's just an enjoyable experience from start to finish. Now what I'm showing at the moment is the first case, the case of Black Peter, and just showcasing the opening cutscene, a little bit of gameplay of Watson, dealing with Holmes's nonsense, and then cutscene now. So I'll be quiet for you to enjoy the cutscene bit.
He can see me. Well, here it is, and it's a good one, Mr. Holmes. A gentleman by the name of Peter Carey, also known as Black Peter, has been murdered.
A sailor, most probably.
What happened here?
Oh, Mr. Holmes, how could you?
It's the only exercise I've had all week. A grateful client from Limoges sent me a vase collection this morning. I couldn't think of a better use for it.
You're out of your mind.
I missed 4 out of 10.
Given you were blindfolded, that was very good. Can I have a try?
Am I the only sane one here?
I suppose that Watson is right, Inspector. A little brain work would be preferable now. Do please tell us more about Black Peter.
Peter Carey, born in 1845 and 50 years old. An ambitious sort, he achieved much success in seal and whale hunting around Scandinavia. Retired in 1884 with a small fortune. He invested his money in a property called Woodman's Lee, near Forest Row in Sussex. It was where he lived for 6 years, and where he was found dead.
Anyway, that was a good portion of the first cutscene in the game. Just sort of setting the scene of what the game's all about. Now I'm just showing a bit of investigation gameplay. So I'm clicking on items, and it's important to collect clues in the game. They open up deductions for Sherlock to make, and as you saw, they're just there. There was more information required for there, and often in the game you have to go back to Sherlock's archives in his 221B apartment, and that's how you open up that. But yeah, for this I just thought I'd show a little bit of the gameplay for people to see if they like it or not. So I'm off to interrogate one of the suspects. So be quiet again so you can see this.
Does this notebook belong to you?
Yes. But where did you find it? I did not know... I thought I'd lost it at the hotel.
What do these abbreviations mean?
Oh, no. I beg you, I can't.
So I've just
If I
shown
told you, it would
one
only
of the
make things
earlier
worse.
interrogations in the case. And when you collect more clues, etc., if you notice a contradiction from what the suspect is saying, you can intervene, you can interrupt them, and if you provide the right piece of evidence,
I don't know.
then
didn't
Sherlock
kill
will be able to get more of the correct information out of them,
I will see you soon, young man.
which is quite a cool
Please
feature.
let me go.
So here I'm going into the deduction mode and piecing clues together. This game's quite unique in the fact that you can actually make the wrong deductions together. So as long as the deductions are logical, you can actually piece them together and actually come to the wrong final conclusion, which is quite cool. And they've made cutscenes for the wrong conclusion, so sometimes the suspects are completely bemused as they are actually innocent. And the last sort of feature you get from this game, which is quite a unique feature, is you can decide to absolve them. You don't actually have to inform the police. You can find another way of finalising the cases, which is quite cool. But I don't want to spoil showing that. Moving on to Heavy Rain, one of the best interactive story games I've played. It's my favourite game of these types. So not necessarily sure if it's objectively the best of these, to be honest, but I like these detective aspects of it, especially with the FBI profiler Norman Jayden, which is what I'm showing here. This is the first scene with him, or the first chapter of him in the game, just introducing him as a character. And yeah, you'll see in a minute some of the cool things that he can do.
Reporters? Already? They seem well informed.
The zone is sectioned off, sir. Please step back.
Agent Norman Jayden, FBI?
You got a badge or something, Mr. Jayden?
Yeah.
A warning that the controls don't feel as good as modern games. This game did originally release in 2010, and the camera controls are not great. Also, when you're moving around, you have to hold the R2 button all the time, which is a little bit annoying as well. But once you move past that and you actually focus on the story, it's really good. Yeah, so I've just got to
Hasn't stopped pouring since
the first crime scene that Norman Jayden investigates in the game. There's not really too much to say without spoiling the game, in case people want to try it for themselves. But he's just using the glasses, his special investigation glasses, the ARRI glasses, which means that he can find clues, scan for fingerprints, DNA. Yeah, it's just pretty cool, really. So I'm about to speak to one of the main characters in the game, Detective Carter Blake.
ARRI comment, sample of no interest. Comes from one of the policemen present on the wasteland. Lieutenant Blake? I'm Agent Norman Jayden from the FBI. I went by your office this morning. They told me you'd be here.
Now, if you're looking for rain, dead bodies, and highways, you come to the right place. Mike, will you tell that asshole with the bulldozer to stop for 5 minutes? I can't hear myself think here.
Right away, Lieutenant.
Well, are you coming, Jayden?
So, what happened?
Some guy taking his dog for a piss found a body about 6 o'clock this morning. We don't know much more right now. Based on what we've seen, looks like the work of the origami killer.
Has the body been identified?
No, not yet. We should know more later today. Jayden!
Yeah, I'm coming. There are a lot of people on the crime scene. Aren't you afraid your men might destroy some clues?
You don't find proof sitting behind a desk. We're not in the habit of trampling things into the ground, even if we're not in the FBI.
I mean, strictly, this game is not a
No, of
detective
course not.
game,
That's not what I meant.
but
Any news on
it
the
has
coroner?
huge detective elements in it. It's an interactive story
We've been waiting for
about
an
serial
hour, for
killer.
fuck's sake.
But yeah, I'm showing the detective aspect of the game, and there are lots of crime scenes you do investigate clues from and piece things together. So I think it's fair enough for fans of detectives to play a game like this, because a lot of it is investigating.
We'll find it. Tony, I don't want to see a single shit-stirring journalist within a mile of here. You got it?
Yes, Lieutenant.
Do we know the cause of death?
There are no marks on the body. Chances are he was drowned, like the others.
I know investigators never like
Again,
to
the
see
game
FBI
does get much
profiles
more
turning up, but
fast-paced
it'd
as
help
it goes on.
if I can.
There are a few, well, quite a lot of
The only
quick time
thing I'm
events,
interested in is finding the
and
killer.
so many
I don't have an
decisions
ego
which
problem.
massively impact the story.
Assurance.
Something I prefer in these Quantic Dream games over Telltale was that the story actually gets impacted by mistakes more
Do you mind if I have a look around?
and by decisions, so it's fair play to them on that. Admittedly, Telltale stories make much more sense. But yeah, no game's perfect.
Strange character, that Blake. Didn't seem too pleased to see me.
Gary comment. Traces of blood detected on the fence behind the railroad line. The blood report indicates an advanced and long-lasting state of exhaustion.
Right, so the next game is another Quantic Dream game, Detroit Become Human. This is what most people regard as their best game. I think it probably is their best game. It's not my favourite though. I prefer Heavy Rain, previous game I showed. But the detective parts of the game are really good in this. It's the best part of the game. It's with the android Connor, who is a cyberlife detective. Well, hunter of deviants, basically, but he effectively is a detective as well. And his partner for this is Hank Anderson, who is a police detective, or police lieutenant. And yeah, it's just interesting the bond they have, depending on how you play, is how they get on and how they function. But there's lots of detective elements, which I'm showing a little bit here. It's kind of the vibe of it is a little bit like a detective program, really. In the UK, I think the closest to it is probably Endeavour, which is a young Inspector Morse. The US have shows much more like this, I'd say. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but you have to take my word for it. Yeah, I'm just looking through some of the clues, and you'll see some of the cool features coming up in a minute or so.
What the fuck is this? Jesus, this place stinks. Well, looks like we came for nothing.
Yeah, so one of the main functions in this game when you're playing as Connor is when you're finding the more major clues, you have to find the specific key
Our man's gone.
sort of points of interest and click on them, and then you can analyse things more. So this wasn't a really big major clue, but it was still a useful one.
Found something?
I don't know. It looks like a notebook, but it's...
God
I'm not featuring all the great detective games in this. Some games are just really popular anyway, and most people have already played them. But anyway, here's a really cool cutscene. Well, sorry, not cutscene, chase scene. There's a few good chases in this game actually. This is probably the best one. But yeah, one of the features in the game, which I unfortunately didn't show in this clip, but you can, when you analyse certain clues, you have the ability to analyse it more thoroughly through rewinding time and seeing how a person of interest was moving and where they moved to and things like that, so that you can find out where clues are more thoroughly, which is quite a cool feature. I probably haven't explained it that well, but when you play the game you'll see what I mean. But yeah, in this gameplay I forgot that the right analog button is the button you have to use when the directional buttons come up. I worked this out later. That's why I missed a few of them, but it doesn't actually matter that much if you miss a few. There's a little bit of leniency. It's when you miss too many, that's when you fail the chase. They did a really good job with these actually. I think it's one of the best sort of new features of a Quantic Dream game in Detroit Become Human, compared to the ones before. They really mastered the action set pieces, were much better in this game than the others. I mean, the story was more cohesive as well. I just personally found Heavy Rain more. I found myself getting more immersed in the investigation, and I just preferred it. So yeah.
My fault. I should have been faster.
But anyway, that's just one example of how at the end of set pieces there are big decisions you can make. This is actually not one of the biggest decisions at all, but it still affects the relationship with Hank.
Hey, Connor. Nothing.
This is the final game we're going to be looking at. Nobody Wants to Die. It's the least known of these games. So it's a very good game. It's short though. You get to use futuristic gadgets. It's set in the future. Yeah, it's very much a detective game like the Sherlock Holmes one. Even more so, I'd say, than the Sherlock Holmes one actually, because there are little bits of some action and stuff in the Sherlock Holmes. Not much. It's mainly just detective stuff. But yeah, this one is good. There is a lot of swearing in it, which if some people don't like that, then it's just not the game for you. But yeah, it's an interesting investigation. The actual overarching story, I wasn't massively keen on, I have to admit, but the investigation parts are really fun. And yeah, I would hugely recommend it to fans of the detective drama. It's especially as it's probably not that expensive to get now, and it looks really nice as well, so that's always a plus. It's not a necessity. I don't really care that much if a game doesn't look good, but it's always a nice bonus. It's like the
Well, I can see you're having a great time.
the icing on top, if you want to put it like that. Obviously there's lots of other great detective games, LA Noire, again, I think LA Noire could have been arguably the best detective game, but it just had so much extra stuff added to it. You know, too big an open world, and too much sort of like shootouts and things like that. And to be honest, they weren't that fun to doing those things. I enjoyed the investigation bits, you know, searching for the clues, the interrogations. Those were fun, but the other parts of the game ruined it a little bit. It's still a great game though. Other great detective games, well, more of the Sherlock Holmes games made by Frogwares. Trying to think of more. There have been many.
It's a murder, Chief. Of an accident. 100% sure. I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, Call of Cthulhu. That's quite good. That's you play as a detective in that. Sinking City is okay. Again, the actual detective parts are great. That's made by Frogwares as well. Yeah. Wolf Among Us, I guess, is detective as well. It's Telltale Games, again, very popular game, so similar to LA Noire, it's not really.
Surely Kara can't buck up something that simple. Trying to tell you, there's no Icarus to pull. Green's got oxidized. It's a homicide, and it's staring us in the face, like it or not. Now, I can look into this, and it's not our case. Write it up as a suicide. Oh, it's a suicide now. I thought it was an accident. You can call it a motherfucking ascension for all I care. Just get it off our books.
I sit here where it all stinks. It's not just Green's rotting corpse. Someone flooded the transformer and it caught fire. Cable after the fuse. That's what caused the explosion.
It's getting more and more obvious why nobody wants to work with you.
I'll look for any pre-explosion traces then.